It's that time of year. We're fixing to make us some elderberry syrup. Now, this is all the ingredients that I use. I'll give you the measurements throughout the video. But you're going to need some dried elderberries. These are purchased and they are organic. You're going to need filtered water, raw honey, apple cider vinegar, cinnamon sticks, and whole clove. And there's the ingredients that we will be using. Good morning, y'all. Or should I say, good afternoon. It might be morning somewhere around the world. I don't know. Hey, y'all, it's Lippy. Most of you know, Mr. Buddy and I kind of come down with something. Well, the alarm went off this morning. Oh my God, Lippy, you have dried elderberries. Because Miss Allison gifted them to you like a year ago. Because here I was thinking this morning, what got my brain working. Man, I wish my elderberry trees out there was 2 years old and producing. And I was like, whoa, I've already got some. With all this move and stuff. And so I went straight to the crate, knew exactly where they was, and grabbed them up. And it's 2 cups. So I'm fixing to cook up the whole batch. Now, you can cut this recipe in half, but I'm going to go ahead and do both because there's 2 of us in this house that will be using this now daily. Should have thought about it, but y'all, it's 90-some degrees. It doesn't feel like fall, so I'm not thinking prepare. You know, I'm guilty of that. But I wanted to share this. And this is why I wanted to go ahead and do a video. It's going to be hard for me to admit, but I questioned myself. Since I started this YouTube journey, I always say, oh, there's 100 videos out there. You don't need to do one, Lippy. Or I'll say to myself, you know, be private, because I like my privacy. But then, as this journey has evolved, I've learned to trust, not just you guys, but trust myself, that I need to be, because I preach transparency, I need to even be more transparent. So that means me turning this camera on and sharing with y'all what Buddy and I do, what our lifestyle is, even off camera. That is elderberry syrup, okay? By no means, and I need to make this disclaimer, and I will put it in the description, I am not a physician. I am not a licensed herbalist. I am nothing more than Miss Lippy, who takes elderberry syrup as a preventative, and therefore this recipe is mine and mine only for my husband, my family, and my consumption. So I want to make sure I put that out there. I'm not telling you this is the recipe for you, but what I am doing for myself is truly inviting y'all even more into our lives of parts that y'all don't see, this being one of them. So I thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I needed to say that. I needed to verbalize it out loud. So as we move forward in this YouTube journey, there's going to be more and more of Miss Lippy that you guys may not know anything about. And that's how we choose to take care of our bodies to the best of our ability. So 1 sip of coffee, and then I'm going to explain to you why the ingredients that I use benefits me. And that's me personally. Could benefit you, I don't know. But this combination benefits me. And then I'll also tell you the things that I will not use personally and why that is. See, I'm learning to trust myself and share even a little bit more. Y'all, I can taste coffee today. Do y'all know I hadn't been able to taste in 3 days? I can taste coffee today. I can breathe through my nose. Life is good. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stove eye on high, and I'm going to add the 4 cups of filtered water. Now, I filtered it through my Alexa Pure. We've got to bring this to a rapid boil, and I mean a true rapid boil. That's all we're going to do at this point. Okay, while we wait on our water to boil, let's go ahead and measure up our honey. Now, this came from Duckworth Honey in Wade, Mississippi. When I went down to Deep South, they had me a jar. So I'm going to measure out 1 cup. Remember, we're doing 4 cups of boiling water, 2 cups of dried elderberries, and 1 cup of honey. There we go. Okay, we're going to set this to the side. And let me pull my clove. This is 7 whole cloves. And you ask yourself, why 7? Because there's 7 days in a week. And Lippy did her math like that, because I'm thinking, okay, if I'm sick, I need to take my elderberry maybe twice a day for a week. And it's just enough clove, okay? That's where I come up with this. So you'll have to play around, but 7 whole cloves is plenty. I'm going to do 3 cinnamon sticks because they are small. Okay? They smell good. And we will be adding 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You see how simple it is? But that's all I'm going to use. Now, some people, it's starting to boil, will use chamomile, echinacea. You won't see Lippy use that, and I'm going to tell you why. And this is to keep y'all from writing in saying, hey, add some chamomile. Hey, add some echinacea. I'm going to say right now, I will not. And the reason why is I have allergies to ragweed, okay? Chamomile and echinacea mixed with the dried elderberries cause a reaction. And it's not a good reaction. It can be an allergic reaction for me personally. So that's why I stay away from those 2. That's the echinacea and the chamomile. You also won't see me put ginger in here. Let me turn my stove off. It is at a rapid boil. I'm turning it off the heat and moving it off. Okay, I turned the heat off and put it on a different eye. You won't see me using ginger. And the reason why I don't use ginger is I have a blood clot disorder. If you're on blood thinners, do your research. Ginger in high consumption, for me, can affect my blood clot disorder. So, therefore, I will not put it in my elderberry syrup because this is something I'm going to take as a preventative every morning. This is something I'm going to take if I feel like I'm getting sick. I will take twice a day. I do not take it 3 times a day every 8 hours, but I will take it twice a day. So therefore, that would put too much ginger into my body. Now, I love ginger. I'll cook with it, but you don't see me taking high volumes of ginger, period. I cook with it maybe twice a month. So I'm okay. And like I said, I don't do it in high amounts. So those are the 3 that I see a lot of people use. Those are the 3 ingredients that I will not use. And I just explained why I won't. And that's just to keep y'all from saying, hey, have you ever tried this or tried that? No, I'm good. And then the apple cider vinegar. I always put 1 tablespoon to this batch. I can't taste it that way because, y'all, I can't digest this. Mr. Buddy takes a shot of this every morning. Oh, Lippy can't. When it hits the nose, it don't go into the palate. But the reason why I add 1 tablespoon is it's a preservative. So when it goes into the refrigerator, it'll keep up to 12 weeks. But I don't have to worry about any bacteria forming because this, in my opinion, stops it. And that's why I add it. Plus, it's an added benefit. But really, if you wanted an added benefit, you'd probably need 2 or 3. I can't stomach the flavor. But putting a tablespoon shuts down the possibility of a bacteria building up. And it can. Simply as using, say, something that wasn't properly cleaned. It can happen. So that's why I'm going to use the apple cider vinegar. So right now, I took the water off the stove. I'm going to let it sit 5 minutes. I will not be using boiling water. I need it to reduce its temperature. Sometimes I'll get my thermometer out and I'll put it at 110 to 120 degrees. But you can tell, you want it hot, but you don't want your water boiling. You don't want to kill all the good that elderberries offer, okay? You just don't want to do it. But the cinnamon and the clove, that fixes me. That's anti-inflammatory, and I have RA, this clove is. Cinnamon, I do use it sparingly because it can, too much cinnamon can affect your liver. Do your research. I'm going on my research. But it has benefits, okay? Look it up. It is freaking amazing. And these 3 cinnamon sticks is all that I need to achieve that benefit. So I got about 3 minutes to go. I'm going to sip on my coffee now that I can taste it. And we fix to make some elderberry syrup. Now you see, it has some steam, okay? I'm going to drop my cinnamon sticks and my 7 whole cloves right into the water. And I'm just going to let them sit and marry 2-3 minutes. Okay, I've let them sit about 3 minutes. Now, I'm going to add the elderberries. And this is where I'm going to put a lid on and I'm going to walk away 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, it's been close to 15 minutes. We're going to go ahead and strain this. But first, let me get the clove basket out. Set that to the side. Let me see if I can find the cinnamon sticks. Here's one. Let me get that out. I kind of like to fish them out before I start mashing. There's 3 of them. There we go. Done. Now, I'm going to use a potato masher. Now, I'm not getting crazy. I'm just lightly giving it a mash. I want to get all that goodie out of these elderberries. I'm happy with that. Now, I bet you I'm going to regret this. You know what? I'm going to change my basket to a larger one. Okay, I changed my strainer out. Something told me, you know what, Lippy, just change it out instead of having to do 2 batches. Now, we're going to slowly pour it in. Now, you have to be careful. This will slosh on you and stain. So, I'm going to use the back of my spoon and press lightly. Oh, yeah. Okay. We've got it pressed good. I'm happy with that. Now let's set our mess to the side. Okay, I've got everything out of the way. Everything's wiped up. Now, it's time for the honey. And that is 1 cup of raw honey. That looks good to me. And I'm gonna give it a good stir. Okay. It is very warm, so that honey will dissolve. Okay, now we're going to add that tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Now, I am using the apple cider vinegar with the mother. Now, we're going to get it well and combined, and we're going to jar this up. Here we go. Look at that beautiful, rich color. I'm going to stop right there. Look at there. Just a little drop. Don't want to miss nothing. There we go. We're going to put the lid on and set these in the refrigerator. I love these lids. And there you have Miss Lippy's elderberry syrup. I want to say thank you. Y'all have really pushed me to showing more hats that I wear. As we all wear many hats. But I've kind of stayed in one lane, some gardening, cooking, canning. But there's more hats to Lippy. And I thank y'all for always encouraging me, whether you know it or not, to continue to share. So, I'm still sipping on my coffee. I'm still tasting it. The elderberry syrup is in the refrigerator. And I'm going to sit down before I go to the Sugar Shack and start filling more orders. And thank y'all for continuing to support my blends. Oh, it means so much to me. I'm still breathing through my nose too. Even though I sound like a frog. But as always, y'all, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. See you on the next one.